this infiltration and evapotranspiration, as we have seen earlier, are the parts of the hydrological cycle. And in that unit, though very simple, I have given stress, more stress on that hydrological cycle, which you might have learnt earlier also. Because ultimately we are interested in design of the hydraulic structures. Again, don't get confused with the word hydraulic structures means the structures like the dams or the reservoirs, the bridges over the river or the streams, or some canal structures, or and other numerous structures. These are the few examples. We need this study for the agriculture purpose, etc. Everywhere we need this study. And ultimately, we have to find out the runoff or the discharge for design of the structures. So whatever comes in between the runoff and the rainfall, that is the precipitation, we have to study all those factors or the parameters, because whatever rainfall occurs does not 100% gets converted into the runoff. So therefore we have to study all these things, and so that ultimately we should get certain relation between the rainfall and runoff, so that we can find out from the data available from the rainfall the runoff. So the infiltration and evapotranspiration are the two things which we will be learning in this unit. The unit's syllabus is like that: infiltration, definition, mechanism, factors affecting infiltration indices, measurement, application, and there's some numericals are also there, definitely. Evapotranspiration or the evaporation and transpiration, again the same thing. All that introduction, mechanism, etc. How to measure, where, how, various equipments for the this thing, water budget, energy budget, and empirical formula. Though we have learned something about the water budget earlier, control of the evaporation is very important, and its measurement, and interception and its measurement. One by one we will go. We have discussed something about all this before we moved into the hydraulic cycle, in that hydrologic cycle. Again, friends, I will be stressing again and again on this concept of the catchment area और दी ड्रेनेज बेसिन, है ना. बार बार मैं आपको बताता हूँ, वो इसलिए कि आपके ये पूरा ध्यान में आना चाहिए कि ओवरऑल जो हमें रन ऑफ मिलने वाला है सबसे आखिरी में, है ना, यहाँ पे आपको आपके स्क्रीन के ऊपर दिख रहा होगा, एट द एक्सट्रीम राइट बॉटम फ्लो डिस्चार्ज करके है in that figure on certain stream. So let us presume that at this location we have to construct a structure. So before that, whatever rainfall occurs, that gets converted into runoff, and the various rainfall or the precipitation or various components of that precipitation, like the infiltration, evaporation, transpiration, etc., subsurface flow, groundwater flow, these are shown here again and again to emphasize on these all concepts, or to understand and enjoy all these things. These are the components of the hydrologic cycle we have discussed. Evaporation from water body starts, then water vapor moves upwards, cloud formation, condensation, precipitation, interception, interception. We will be discussing today in detail. That is the part or quantity of the rainfall water before it reaches the earth. In between it is intercepted. So how to, which is, what is interception? How much quantity is being intercepted? Can we measure it, or can we assume it that this much percentage? Then transpiration, infiltration, runoff, deep percolation, groundwater flow, these are all the parts or components of the hydrologic cycle. We have been again and again stressing on this watershed or the catchment area or the drainage basin. Two, three words are there. Huh? You all must be conversant about all these things. Then the watershed divide, catchment area, all these things. This is nothing but the satellite view I have told you earlier. And now we are moving into the with all. Okay, okay. Can you listen me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So these are the various losses or the abstractions from precipitation. As the whole of the precipitation on land surface is not available as runoff, as certain losses takes place during or after the precipitation, these losses are: first is the interception, second is the evaporation, third is transpiration, fourth is infiltration, depression storage, and watershed leakage. We will discuss one by one. Okay. These are called as the losses or the abstractions from the precipitation. And the why these are important, that we have discussed, or that you must be aware with, because ultimately we have to find out the runoff which is received from the rainfall or the precipitation. But 100% of the precipitation does not get converted into runoff. So there are certain losses in between the rainfall and runoff. They are called as the losses or the abstractions. And these are the various losses. We will discuss one by one. Out of all these losses we discussed above, evaporation, transpiration, and infiltration are the major losses. The remaining out of the six are bit minor. But evaporation loss is too much. Transpiration is also very large quantity, and infiltration is large beyond doubt. So therefore precipitation, total rainfall, we can write such equation. It is called as the water budget equation also. So precipitation minus surface runoff is equal to total loss. I think I need to again remind you what is surface runoff. That is the water flowing through the streams or over the ground or through the river. Okay, this is called as the surface runoff, and this surface runoff is the result of the precipitation. So therefore, from this equation, we can say the total loss is equal to interception, evaporation, transpiration, summation of all this, infiltration, depression, storage, and watershed leakage. We will be discussing one by one. To arrive, then we will move one of the important, that is the infiltration. We will see one by one. Now the interception. The first and the foremost is interception. It is nothing but the quantity of water that has been intercepted, or quantity of the precipitation water or rainfall water that has been intercepted or obstructed by the vegetative foliage, यानी जो जंगल झाड़ वगैरह जो रहते हैं, प्लांट्स रहते हैं जो काफी बड़े रहते हैं, तो बरसात का पानी सबसे पहले उसके ऊपर गिरता है। तो जो वेजिटेटिव फॉलिएज है ना, झाड़ों के जो पन्ने वगैरह रहते हैं उसके ऊपर पानी रुकने के कारण सम क्वांटिटी ऑफ वाटर इज बीइंग absorbed by the plants or is being retained by the plants. They are called as the interception by the vegetative foliage. There are also nowadays another jungle, means the jungle or the forest we know of the plants, but in this developing scenario, numerous in lakhs the buildings are being constructed nowadays, and these buildings are also responsible for intercepting the precipitation or the rainfall water, and huge quantity of the precipitation or the rainfall water is being intercepted by the buildings. And there may be other objects lying over the land surface other than the plants and the buildings, maybe any other objects. So what this interception does, it weights initially dried surface of the object lying above the ground surface and does not reach the land surface. वो सबसे पहले जो बिल्डिंगे है, झाड़ है, और कोई टावर्स है ना, जो भी है, चिमनी बोलते भी है हम, जो इंडस्ट्री में रहती है, तो वो सब मिला के सबसे पहले वो सरफेस को गीला करते हैं, और फिर वो पूरा गीला होने के बाद में, बिकॉज फॉर वेटिंग द सरफेस also lot of the quantity of water is needed, and this weighted surface also gets evaporated due to the atmospheric temperature, and some water is lost into the atmosphere by evaporation, which is part of the precipitation. So factors affecting interception are the storm factor, that is the rainfall factor, plant factor, जो भी जंगल वगैरह है वो, सीजन ऑफ द ईयर, यानी जैसे हमारे लिए तो तीन सीजन है. We are fortunate that we Indians, we have 3 seasons. That is the winter, rainy season, and the summer. And a number of the countries have only 2 season or 1 season. लेकिन हमें तो 3 सीजन है, तो ये सीजन ऑफ द ईयर है ना. धूप काले में ज्यादा इवेपोरेशन होगा, विंटर में उससे कम होगा, और रेनी सीजन में बहुत कम होगा क्योंकि ह्यूमिडिटी बहुत ज्यादा रहती है. So all these factors, the factor affecting another is season of the year and the prevailing wind. Prevailing यानी जो उस समय आने वाली हवा, यानी कौन से भी, जैसे बारिश में हो, धूपकाले में हो, ठंडकाले में हो, तो at that time whatever wind is there, that will affect the interception losses. So this is all about the interception. Some of the, again, the abstractions, another abstraction or part of the interception is the depression storage, which is also one of the cause, which retains some quantity of the precipitation water and does not allow it to reach to the stream or to the river. A catchment area has many depressions of shallow depth and of varying size and shape. ऐसे काफी छोटे बड़े गड्ढे रहते हैं कैचमेंट एरिया में, है ना. कोई हम नेचुरल फॉर्म्ड पॉन्ड्स रहेंगे, तालाब रहेंगे, रिजर्वायर रहेंगे, या एक आधी खदान है कहीं गिट्टी की, या जो हम बोलते हैं बड़ी बड़ी खदानें रहती है, कुछ मुरुम निकाल लेते हैं, तो उसमें फिर से पानी जो बरसात का आता है वो वहां रुक जाता है. So they are called as the depression storage. Okay, please try to remember this thing and note it down somewhere. Depression storage. We have earlier discussed about the interception. So this depression storage also is the one of the reason or one of the abstraction which does not allow the rainfall or the precipitation water towards the stream or towards the runoff. What does this precipitation does? It fills all these depressions or the ditches from micro to large capacity, fill them before actual overland flow. Before actual overland flow, या जिसको हम रन ऑफ करके बोलते हैं, और रन ऑफ टुवर्ड्स ए स्ट्रीम टेक्स प्लेस, दीज आर कॉल्ड एज द डिप्रेशन स्टोरेज. अब यहाँ पे भी यानी जैसे इंटरसेप्शन में होता है, यहाँ पे भी इन दिस डिप्रेशन स्टोरेज द स्टोर्ड वाटर गेट्स पार्टली इवेपोरेटेड, यानी इवेपोरेशन अगेन इज अनदर मेजर पार्ट which plays a role in loss of the water, precipitation water, and partly infiltrates into the ground to meet the groundwater reservoir. ये जो डिप्रेशन स्टोरेज में पानी जमा होता है, इसमें से कुछ पानी की वाप हो जाती है, इवेपोरेट होता है, and some water percolates into the ground. So again some water is lost and the remaining is there into that depression storage. The various factors affecting the depression storage are landform, जमीन कैसी है, जमीन कैसी है ना, टोपोग्राफी, उबड़ खाबड़ है, प्लेन है, हिली है. सॉइल कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स, जमीन के कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स कैसे है, परमिएबल है कि इम्परमिएबल है, ऊपर में सॉइल जो रहती है, इट इज ए दोस कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स. टोपोग्राफी, अगेन लैंडफॉर्म टाइप. एंटीसीडेंट प्रेसिपिटेशन इंडेक्स है ना, जब ये अभी हमने प्रिवेलिंग करके एक नया वर्ड सुना, प्रिवेलिंग विंड करके बोला, तो उसको ही एक अनदर वर्ड है एंटीसीडेंट या प्रिवेलिंग, यानी उस समय जब बारिश आती है तो उस समय पहले यदि बारिश आई है तो पहले, यानी समझो आज सुबह बारिश आने के पहले रात को बारिश आई, तो रात की बारिश क्या करती है कि वो जमीन को गीली कर डालती है, तो वो दैट इज कॉल्ड एज द प्रिवेलिंग और एंटीसीडेंट प्रेसिपिटेशन और द रेनफॉल, which also affects the loss of the due to evaporation, infiltration, depression, etc. And then certain man-made disturbances like the terrace farming, etc. Okay, all these are the factors affecting the depression storage. Now we will be moving on to the next loss or the abstraction that is called as the watershed leakage. We have learned what is watershed. We have learned what is catchment area. We have learned the same for the same word, for the same thing, which is called as the drainage basin, है ना. कैचमेंट एरिया, ड्रेनेज बेसिन, वाटरशेड वगैरह हमने सब पढ़ा है. तो बहुत बार क्या होता है कि जैसे ये आपके राइट साइड में दो वाटरशेड या दो कैचमेंट एरिया बताए हैं. द फर्स्ट इज द बेसिन नंबर 1 एंड अनदर इज द बेसिन नंबर 2, है ना. अप टिल नाउ यू मस्ट हैव गॉट द विजुअलाइजेशन ऑफ द वाटरशेड और द कैचमेंट एरिया. दो वाटरशेड को डिवाइड करने वाला जो पार्ट रहता है उसको क्या बोलते हैं? The portion which divides the two watersheds or the two catchment area is called as the ridge, है ना. पहाड़ी का ऐसा पार्ट कि जो जहां पे बारिश गिरने के बाद आधी या some part of the water flows on one side and another part of the water flows on the another side. That is, that ridge divides the two watersheds or the catchment area. Okay. This is just a simple from this right side sketch you can understand. So what happens number of times due to certain geological fissures, faults and geological features you have learnt in maybe in your third sem. आपने पढ़े है कि जियोलॉजी में कहीं कहीं जमीन के अंदर में कुछ फीचर्स रहते हैं, कुछ फॉल्ट्स रहते हैं, है ना? तो and if such fissures and faults join the two basins, that is the two watersheds, then it may be possible कि एक वाटरशेड में से दूसरे वाटरशेड में वो पानी परकोलेट हो जाता है ना? जनरली वाटरशेड, यदि वाटर टाइट जियोलॉजी है तो जाता नहीं है पानी एक जगह से दूसरी जगह पे, एक कैचमेंट से दूसरे कैचमेंट में। लेकिन एखादे बार ड्यू टू सर्टन जियोलॉजिकल फीचर्स like the fissures, faults, etc., the water may leak from one watershed, one catchment area to another catchment area. That is called as the watershed leakage. Okay, so this may happen that the rainfall will occur on one basin, and जो बारिश का पानी ये बेसिन के ऊपर गिरा है वो उसमें का कुछ पार्ट बाजू के बेसिन में परकोलेट हो जाएगा, तो ये बेसिन पे गिरा हुआ पूरा के पूरा पानी रन ऑफ में कन्वर्ट नहीं होगा, पूरा की पूरी बरसात। So therefore we are discussing about the watershed leakage. Okay, so this is what is the cause from one basin to sea, or from one basin to another basin? Through the major geological faults, fissures, or any other geological features. Okay, this is called as the watershed leakage. Now again we will come back to the interception and its measurement. What is interception we have discussed in short earlier, and it being the major loss or the abstraction of the precipitation water. So therefore, how much quantity of this interception is being taken into account to calculate the runoff, that we will be discussing now. We know that all the precipitation or rainfall does not directly fall on the ground. Before it reaches, part of it may be obstructed by the vegetation or the buildings and is subsequently evaporated. So the volume of the water caught by the vegetation and building is called as the interception. The intercepted precipitation may follow any one of the three possible routes. जो बरसात का पानी रोका हुआ है in between by the plants or the building, this follows three routes to losses. तीन प्रकार के इससे वो लॉस हो सकता है या जमीन पे आ सकते हैं। पहला तो ऐसा है कि रिटेन्ड वेजिटेशन or the building retains that precipitation water and return back to atmosphere in the form of evaporation. This is one of the interception loss. Some of the water which is still retained over the plants or its leaves reaches to the ground surface, and after reaching the ground surface, है ना, ज्यादा का जो पानी है जो इवेपोरेट नहीं हुआ ग्रेविटेशनल के फोर्स के कारण, वो झाड़ों के लीव्स के ऊपर से, झाड़ों के जो बाकी बूंदे वगैरह जो झाड़ का सेंट्रल पोर्शन रहता है उसके ब्रांचेस वगैरह के ऊपर से वो जमीन में आते हैं, एंड दैट वाटर इज कॉल्ड एज द थ्रू फॉल. So through fall is one of the concept we must understand, which is nothing but the quantity of water which reaches to the ground surface, which may be converted into surface flow, runoff, or may infiltrate into the ground, is called as a through fall. Some quantity of the water runs along the leaves and branches down the stem to reach the ground surface. This is called as, this part of the water is called as the stem flow, and that quantity of the water which comes via leaves and branches along the stem to the ground is called as the stem flow. Some water which drips off the plant leaves to join the ground surface or surface flow is called as the through fall. So interception loss is solely due to evaporation and does not include transpiration, through fall or stem flow. तो इंटरसेप्शन लॉस जो है हमने सबसे पहले ऊपर में देखा, This interception loss is not through fall, is not stream flow, but it is totally water intercepted by the plants or the buildings and which gets evaporated back into atmosphere. That is called as the interception loss. The amount of water intercepted or the lost is very difficult to measure. Depends on the species composition of the vegetation and also the types of the buildings, their density and the storm characteristics. बारिश की जो कितने इंटेंसिटी से आ रहा है, whether it is a small drizzle or the storm of high intensity rainfall, तो उसके ऊपर भी ये इंटरसेप्शन डिपेंड रहेगा. जनरली है ना, आउट ऑफ द टोटल रेनफॉल ड्यूरिंग प्लांट ग्रोइंग सीजन, द इंटरसेप्शन लॉस इज टेकन एज 10 to 20% ऑफ द प्रेसिपिटेशन. बरसात जो आती है उसका 10 से 20% इंटरसेप्शन लॉस लिया जाता है. ठीक है, ऐसा हम एक ग्राफ यदि प्लॉट करते हैं बिटवीन रेनफॉल एंड इंटरसेप्शन लॉस परसेंटेज रेनफॉल, तो we can find that for the lower value of rainfall, wherein the rainfall intensity is less, drizzle वगैरह जिस टाइप का रहता है, showers, small showers, then at that time the interception losses are more. As the rainfall intensity increases, the interception losses are less. है ना, इसका मतलब ही ऐसा है कि बारिश बढ़ती है, क्वांटिटी बढ़ती है तो ज्यादा समय पानी आता है और उसकी इंटेंसिटी भी ज्यादा रहती है, तो नेचुरली इवेपोरेशन लॉसेस विल बी लेस. दिस इज ए सिंपल ग्राफ. Interception, first part of the storm we have seen, a large number of the if an area experiences a large number of small storms, छोटी छोटे बारिश ज्यादा समय के लिए होते हैं, तो इंटरसेप्शन लॉस बढ़ते जाता है. ड्यू टू द फॉरेस्ट we can take it as 25% of the annual precipitation, but again subject to condition wherein small storms and small number of storms for a larger duration, more interception losses, but generally the losses taken are 10 to 20%, but we can take up to 25%. So we don't have an exact equipment to find out the interception losses, है ना. जैसे रेनफॉल गिनने के लिए हमारे पास में रेनगेज है, आगे में हम इनफिल्ट्रेशन पढ़ने वाले हैं, वो मेजर करने के लिए इनफिल्ट्रोमीटर है. इवेपोरेशन के लिए कहीं तो भी हमारे पास में एक रिप्रेजेंटेटिव इवेपोरीमीटर करके बोलते हैं, वो है. बट फॉर इंटरसेप्शन we don't have any equipment. Only we can do is either by trial and error, by getting all those how much rainfall, quantity of rainfall, intensity and duration of the rainfall. We can in toto or in short, we can say that this much percentage, about to 10 to 20% of the rainfall can be interception. As we have discussed, quantitatively the variation of the interception loss with rainfall magnitude per storm for small storms is shown here in this graph we have seen earlier. It is seen from this graph that interception loss is large for small rainfall and levels off to a constant value for larger storms. Constant larger storms रहे तो ये इंटरसेप्शन लॉस कम होते जाता है. इन शॉर्ट वी कैन राइट दिस इक्वेशन फॉर द इंटरसेप्शन लॉस. I is equal to Si plus Ki into Et, wherein I suffix small I is called as the interception loss in millimeter. And I have told you earlier that we are measuring the rainfall in millimeter or depth centimeter. So all other losses, we generally convert them into the depth. So here you can see that interception loss is measured in millimeter or depth. Si is the interception storage whose value varies from 0.25 to 1.25 millimeters depending on nature of the vegetation. इसमें जो एस आई है पहला, it is that interception storage which is 0.25 to 1.25. Ki is the ratio of the vegetable cover to the projected area. पूरा जो एरिया है कैचमेंट एरिया, वो एरिया में जंगल या फॉरेस्ट कितना है. So that ratio of the forest upon the total catchment area or projected area is that Ki. E is the evaporation rate in millimeters per hour. Again, it will depend on the duration of the precipitation and the season of the year. So this is the evaporation rate. है ना, साल में कब का, at what time we are finding the interception, whether we are finding it in the rainfall or the in rainy season, winter, or in the summer, because we have seen earlier that the precipitation occurs in our India for whole of the year, and T is the duration of rainfall in hours. So this is that equation, I into Si into Ki into E into T. Okay, so all this, in this way also we can find out the interception losses. And again, these are the things we should keep into my mind. Again, regarding interception, there are two types of the trees also you must be knowing. They are the deciduous trees and the coniferous trees. And the plants which are widely spread, they are called as the deciduous trees, have broad and flat leaves, ड्रॉप द लीव्स सीजनली. इसके पत्ते जो है ये सीजन में कौन से ना कौन से सीजन में गिरते रहते हैं, तो इसको डेसिडियस ट्रीज करके बोलते हैं. और कोनीफेरस जो है, दे हैव स्मॉल नीडल लाइक लीव्स एंड रिटेन द नीडल्स ईयर राउंड. ये लगभग इसके पन्ने पत्ते जो रहते हैं ये साल भर ऐसे ये रहते हैं. ज्यादा बारिश जो एरिया में आती है वहां ऐसे कोनीफेरस ट्रीज रहते हैं, और जहां कम बारिश आती है वहां ऐसे डेसिडियस ट्रीज रहते हैं. तो अगेन डिपेंड ऑन द टाइप ऑफ द ट्रीज, द इंटरसेप्शन लॉसेस विल डिपेंड. ओके, so therefore, although most deciduous trees are broadleaf trees, this is not always the case. Some trees with needles are also deciduous trees. ऐसा इसके बारे में बोला है, लेकिन from our point of view, are you listening me? सुनाई दे रहा है ना आवाज मेरा?
Yes, sir.
हाँ ठीक है ठीक है, कहीं तो भी बीच में मुझे ऐसे लगा. So these are the two types of the trees which also affects the interception. These are the factors which are affecting the interception. Second is the dense grasses have nearly same interception losses as full grown trees. बहुत सारे कैचमेंट एरिया में घास रहती है, बड़ी 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 छोटी जो भी है. The density of the grass also obstructs the precipitation water or those grasses, which may be equivalent to the fully grown trees and can account to nearly 20% of the total rainfall in the season. And agricultural crops, बहुत सारे कैचमेंट एरिया में, कुछ हमारा जो भारत का एरिया या ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड, द एग्रीकल्चर इज द मेन things or main job of the people. So therefore, due to that, agricultural crops in the growing season also one of the cause of intercepting the precipitation water, and also contributes high interception losses. Hence, the interception process has a very significant impact on the ecology of the area related to all silvicultural aspects, in situ water harvesting, and the water balance of the region. However, in hydrological studies dealing with floods, interception losses is largely significant and cannot be separately considered. The common practice is to allow a lump sum value as the initial loss to be deducted from the initial period of the storm. ठीक है, तो ये this is all we have given quite elaborative discussion on this infiltration, on this interception, है ना, because it is being included in our syllabus. हमारे इसमें सिलेबस में ये इनफिल्ट्रेशन के बारे, इंटरसेप्शन के बारे में जो भी चीजें बताई थी उसके ऊपर में हमने काफी डिस्कशन किया. We have studied what is infiltration, what are the abstractions, various types of the abstractions. Interception is one of the part of abstractions we have seen, and we have seen what are the causes of the interception, how that interception quantity should be taken into account, and the various factors, etc. Now we are moving into the second and very important part of the abstractions of the precipitation water is called as the infiltration. Okay, and how this infiltration is to be measured, etc., that we'll be learning in slides to come. On the left side the definition is written, on the right side you have been shown a schematic diagram wherein what is infiltration you can understand very well. First we will read out the definition and then we will concentrate on the right side. Infiltration is a process wherein when the water reaches on the ground, when the precipitation or the rainfall water reaches on the ground surface, जमीन के ऊपर बरसात का पानी गिरने के बाद में some quantity or some part of that water enters the ground, जमीन enters the ground through the soil surface or pores. You all know the structure of the soil. जमीन के ऊपर में जो माटी रहती है जिसको हम सॉइल करके बोलते हैं, so that soil is made up of the large soil particles, large number of the soil particles as well as the air voids. उसके बीच में जिसको पोर्स करके बोलते हैं, सॉइल पोर के बीच में बहुत सारी हवा भी रहती है. So when the precipitation occurs and it reaches to the ground, जमीन के ऊपर जब बरसात का पानी गिरता है, now we will concentrate on the right side. The precipitation water is being intercepted by the plants and it again gets evaporated. We have called it as the interception. And then the remaining water reaches to the ground, reaches to the earth surface. And due to the structure of the earth surface consists of the soils, and the soil consists of the soil particle and the soil pores or the voids, this precipitated water enters into the earth surface through the soil pores. That water is called as that process is called as the infiltration. That is the entering of the precipitation water into the ground surface through the soil pores or the soil voids. That is called as the infiltration. Okay. Now we will move on to the next concept, which is called as the infiltration rate, or you can call it as the infiltration intensity. है ना, जैसे हमने रेनफॉल रेट और रेनफॉल इंटेंसिटी के बारे में पढ़ा, ऐसे हर चीज को लगा सकते हैं हम, इवेपोरेशन इंटेंसिटी. So the infiltration rate is very important. Another concept. It is used to measure the rate at which the soil is able to absorb the rainfall or irrigation. Because based on all this infiltration rate, we can later on get the runoff water. So therefore this infiltration rate concept is very important. This rate gives the rate at which the precipitation water is being absorbed, is being percolated into the soil. So it is the rate at which soil is able to absorb rainfall और द इरिगेशन वाटर. ठीक है, हम तो हमारा हिसाब से तो रेनफॉल ही इंपॉर्टेंट है, लेकिन जब हम खेतों को पानी देते हैं बाय द कैनल्स तो उसमें भी इनफिल्ट्रेशन होता है, तो इसलिए अनदर वर्ड हैज कम एज इरिगेशन. It is measured in inches per hour or millimeters per hour. ये infiltration rate या infiltration intensity is the rate at which, or is the intensity at which the water is being absorbed into the soil, or water gets permeated into the soil, so that it is measured in, say, millimeters or centimeter per hour और इंचेस पर आवर, है ना. अभी तो हम इंचेस वगैरह यूज ही नहीं करते हैं, तो वी मेजर इट इन मिलीमीटर्स. कितना पानी जमीन के अंदर यूनिट टाइम में, 1 मिनट, 1 घंटा, एक दिन में परकोलेट हुआ, सीपेज हुआ, जिसको हमारे इसमें हम इनफिल्ट्रेशन करके बोलते हैं. दैट रेट ऑफ इनफिल्ट्रेशन और इनफिल्ट्रेशन रेट इज नथिंग बट द क्वांटिटी ऑफ वाटर which we measure in the depth or centimeter or millimeter. So the quantity of water that has been percolated into the soil per unit time is called as the infiltration rate. Now the friends, the infiltration rate decreases as the soil becomes saturated. है ना. जब बरसात का पानी सबसे पहले जमीन के ऊपर गिरता है, ऐसा हम सोचेंगे, जिसको मैंने वर्ड बोला था एंटीसीडेंट और द प्रीवेलिंग. दुबकाले के बाद में जब पहली बारिश आती है, तब क्या होता है? एट दैट टाइम द सॉइल और द अर्थ सरफेस इज कंप्लीटली ड्राई, 100% ड्राई. ऑन द कॉन्ट्ररी, दैट सॉइल हैज बिकम हॉट ड्यू टू द सोलर रेडिएशंस. So when the first precipitation or rainfall occurs, some quantity of water is being evaporated due to the heat or due to the hotness of the earth's surface, and then some water percolates into the soil. ठीक है, तो ये पहली बारिश हो गई. And then it again, depending on the quantity, that is the rainfall duration and intensity, the quantity of water will percolate or infiltrate into the soil. But as the second rainfall occurs, दूसरी बारिश जब आती है, तीसरी आती है, आगे आगे जैसे as we enter into the rainy season, पहले ही जमीन गीली रहने के कारण this infiltration rate reduces or decreases because the soil has become saturated. Saturated soil, आपको मालूम है, when all the pores of the soil are filled with water, then we call that the soil is saturated. So if the precipitation rate, again precipitation rate or rainfall intensity, centimeter per hour, centimeter per minute, millimeter per hour, millimeter per minute, etc. So if the precipitation rate, that is the rainfall intensity, exceeds the infiltration rate, है ना. बहुत सोचने वाली या समझने वाली बात है कि जब बरसात का पानी का, जिसको हम वेग या इंटेंसिटी करके बोलते हैं या स्पीड बोलेंगे हमारे कॉमन मैन लैंग्वेज में, सो व्हेन दिस प्रेसिपिटेशन रेट और द रेनफॉल इंटेंसिटी इज मोर देन द इनफिल्ट्रेशन रेट, both has got the same unit, centimeter per hour. So if it is more, so naturally what will happen? The excess water will be converted into the surface flow or land flow, which we call as the runoff. So the precipitation rate, when exceeds the infiltration rate, runoff will usually occur unless there is some physical barrier. Runoff जरूर होगा, लेकिन कहीं उसमें एक आधा, जैसे डिप्रेशन स्टोरेज हमने, खड्डा है, या कहीं एक आधा बांध है, बंधारा है, कहीं बिल्डिंग बीच में आती है, तो फिर ये रन ऑफ कम होगा. ठीक है. सो दीज आर ऑल द थिंग्स वी मस्ट कीप. अगेन द सेम sketch we have seen earlier. I wanted that you must have clear picturization of the infiltration or sorry, that is the precipitation, rainfall, transpiration, interception, evaporation, transpiration, infiltration, surface runoff, etc. Now this infiltration process, how it occurs, or what is the science of the infiltration process, that we will discuss. So what happens? The rainwater falls on the ground. है ना, एखादे पिक्चर जैसा हमारे आंखों के सामने, हमने जैसे पीछे का पिक्चर इमेज देखा उस हिसाब से आना चाहिए। एखादे पिक्चर की स्टोरी जैसा, मूवी की स्टोरी जैसा इनफिल्ट्रेशन प्रोसेस। द रेन वाटर फॉल्स ऑन द ग्राउंड, small part initially absorbed by the top thin layer of the soil so as to replenish the soil moisture deficiency. Replenish यानी refill, a word is there, replenish, refill, ओके, और रीलोड, जैसे हम रिचार्ज करते हैं हमारे मोबाइल में, तो वैसे ये दिस यू कैन कॉल इट एज द रिचार्ज ऑल्सो, रिप्लेनिश, रिचार्ज, ओके, रीलोड। सो रिप्लेनिश द सॉइल मॉइस्चर डेफिशिएंसी, यानी जमीन के सॉइल में सॉइल जो है, सॉइल पार्टिकल्स या उसके वॉइड्स या पोर्स में यदि पहले पानी नहीं है, तो दिस इनिशियल रेनफॉल or the earlier rainfall will be absorbed by the top thin layer of the soil and it will refill, recharge the soil moisture deficiency, यानी कमी जो है वो, thereafter excess water infiltrates downwards to join the ground water। उसके बाद में क्या होगा, पहले ये पूरी जमीन का सरफेस पूरा गीला करेगा, सैचुरेट करेगा, उसमें के पानी की डिफिशियंसी खत्म करेगा, और फिर भी बारिश चालू रही, and till and after that also if rainfall occurs, this water which is falling over the ground will get infiltrated into the earth surface due to the gravitational force, so infiltrates downwards to join the groundwater flow। जमीन के नीचे में जो भी पानी है उसको ये जाके मिलता है, या अंडरग्राउंड वाटर को तो यही इनफिल्ट्रेशन रिचार्ज करता है। आजकल हम रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग, रिचार्जिंग ऑफ द ग्राउंड वाटर वगैरह पढ़ते हैं, ये एक प्रोफेशन हो गया है, तो उसमें यही पानी जाता है। सो दिस इज द एंट्री, दिस इनफिल्ट्रेशन वाटर इज द एंट्री और पैसेज ऑफ वाटर इनटू द सॉइल थ्रू सॉइल सरफेस, that is downward movement of the water from soil surface into the soil mass through the pores of the soil is that part of that infiltration। The process of transmission of water into the soil is also known as percolation, है ना। इनफिल्ट्रेशन का एक पार्ट परकोलेशन भी है। The process of transmission of water into the soil is called as the percolation, takes place thus removing the water from the near surface to the down below, जमीन के नीचे जाता है। Infiltration and percolation and are directly interrelated, ठीक है, they are almost same, but infiltration occurs deep along with the at the surface of the soil, it occurs deep below the ground, and percolation is nothing but the process of water transmission of water at the soil surface। When percolation stops, naturally infiltration will stop, है ना। So this is very simple। on this on left and right side of your screen at the bottom, low intensity rainfall, high intensity rainfall, what will happen, low intensity rainfall maybe for a shorter or longer time will accumulate over the ground and naturally it will percolate and then infiltration occurs and will recharge to the groundwater flow। Again, high intensity rainfall for a larger duration will not only recharge the groundwater flow but also there will be a formation of surface runoff, ज्यादा का पानी ऊपर से बहेगा। So infiltration is a major process continuously affecting the magnitude, timing and distribution of surface runoff at any measured outlet of the basin। And why we are learning infiltration? Because it is an important component of the precipitation water which is being lost, is a major process continuously affecting the magnitude, timing and distribution of the surface runoff at any measured outlet of the basin। कैचमेंट एरिया में कहीं पे भी एक जगह पे ये इनफिल्ट्रेशन रन ऑफ के इसमें बाधा लाता है। अभी हम एक नया और एक कंसेप्ट पढ़ते हैं जिसको हम बोलते हैं इनफिल्ट्रेशन कैपेसिटी। ठीक है, हमने क्या देखा था इसके पहले? इनफिल्ट्रेशन रेट वी ट्राइड टू अंडरस्टैंड, that is the rate at which the water enters into the soil is called as the infiltration rate. Now the infiltration capacity है ना, हर एक चीज की अपनी सीमा होती है, मैक्सिमम होता है ना। हम खाना भी खाते हैं तो एक पूरा पेट भरने के बाद में फिर हम हमारी कैपेसिटी खत्म हो जाती है, हम बोलते हैं कैपेसिटी इज ओवर। सो द सॉइल हैज आल्सो गॉट द मैक्सिमम लिमिट टू इनफिल्ट्रेट द वाटर, है ना। The infiltration rate will reach to the maximum, and then later on no more the infiltration rate will not go on increasing, though the infiltration process continues. So that maximum rate of the infiltration above which the water cannot be infiltrated into the soil, that is called as the infiltration capacity. That is the capacity of any soil to absorb water from the rain falling continuously at an excessive rate goes on decreasing with time. तो ये जो कैपेसिटी सॉइल की है, सबसे पहले बहुत ज्यादा कैपेसिटी रहेगी और धीरे धीरे ये कैपेसिटी कम होती जाएगी, गोज ऑन डिक्रीजिंग विथ टाइम with the rain falling continuously. So the capacity of any soil to absorb or percolate water from the precipitation or rainfall, which is continuous at any excessive rate, goes on decreasing with time until a minimum rate to infiltrate is reached. And if we plot a graph between the time or the duration, है ना, जैसे अभी हमने बारिश चालू हो गई, ऐसे हमारे समझने के लिए हम समझते हैं सुबह 6 बजे से चालू हो गई, एंड द रेनफॉल इज कंटिन्यूअस। तो ऐसे एक्स एक्सिस पे हम टाइम और ड्यूरेशन फ्रॉम मॉर्निंग 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 आवर्स, एंड देन द रेट ऑफ इनफिल्ट्रेशन। इनफिल्ट्रेशन रेट हमने पढ़ा है, ये यदि ग्राफ हम प्लॉट करते हैं तो हमारे ऐसे ध्यान में आएगा कि शुरू में इनफिल्ट्रेशन रेट इज हाईएस्ट एंड देन द इनफिल्ट्रेशन रेट गोज ऑन डिक्रीजिंग. This is called as the infiltration capacity curve. So we can say that the infiltration capacity is maximum at the beginning and goes on decreasing with the time. So this curve is very important. This is called as the infiltration capacity curve. We will stop here today.